welcome back to the channel. My name is Hope and this is Mission Keto, and this is the second video in my series where I'm just showing different types of keto and sharing recipes with you. I'll do 3 recipes in each video. In the first one, I did vegetarian keto recipes and you guys really seem to like that. I will link that in the pinned comments down below if you didn't check that one out. But today I'm excited about this one because it is Mediterranean keto. Mediterranean diet is actually something that I've always kind of been interested in. And it was funny because when we were unpacking our boxes in this house, I found a recipe or a cookbook that I had purchased prior to going into the RV, and I never really dug into it. So now is the perfect time, but it's the new Mediterranean diet cookbook. And it says that this is the optimal keto-friendly diet that burns fat, promotes longevity, and prevents chronic disease. So very interesting. There are a lot of delicious looking recipes in here, and I will be sharing one of them in here, one of the recipes in here in this video. So make sure you are watching all the way through. But I wanted to share that with you. The first one that I'm gonna make today though is kind of like an appetizer. I saw someone else make this on a different channel, but it was non-keto, but it is kind of keto, and it has those Mediterranean flavors that I love. Maybe you will love too, but it's a little twist on Caprese. It is a Caprese dip. And so I will show you all of the ingredients. I'll show you here real quick. You need some cherry tomatoes, and I'll have this listed down below for you. You need some basil, which I did get some basil from our plant that's outside. So that's pretty exciting, and it smells lovely. So you need to chop that up. You need some oil, avocado oil or extra virgin olive oil, some minced garlic. You can do your own, but this is pretty easy and convenient. I like that. A little bit of salt, and we've got our Redmond real salt here. A little bit, now this is different. So Caprese is normally like mozzarella cheese, right? Well, we're gonna use this. This is gonna make it the dip portion of it. And you could use the Boursin cheese or this one, but the person that had recommended it that I saw recommended this one over the Boursin. And I can't remember why, but that's the one I went for. And I will say it was a little bit more cost effective also. I got a little bit more at a lower price. The Boursin was more and less. It was less ounces and more pricing, if that makes sense. But this one is Alouette garlic and herb cheese. So that's gonna be the base of it. And then we're gonna mix everything else together. And then we're gonna drizzle it on top with some balsamic glaze. Now, I talked about this in my grocery haul. I have never purchased this in my life. I usually get balsamic vinegar. And this one's a little different, and it has 7 carbs per tablespoon. But when you think about it, this recipe calls for 1 tablespoon for however many people are gonna share it with you. You're just drizzling it over the top of it. So it's very minimal. So you could use this, or you could do balsamic vinegar, whichever one you want. So let's get started. I'm going to speed up this part of kind of assembling it. It's gonna be so quick and easy. There's no baking. Just stick it in the fridge, and then when you're ready to go to your get together, or if you're having people over, this would be a great little dip to add to it. So let's get started. I'm excited. I haven't tried it yet. Okay, now you could certainly use like Roma tomatoes or something that's a little bit bigger, but I am a big fan of using what I have inside of the refrigerator, and so that's what I did here. So it may seem a little more time consuming, but I was just happy using up what we had, and it was delicious. And I loved the multicolored tomatoes too, because it just kind of gave it this more classical look, I thought. But this is so easy to put together. Okay, so you can see I'm at the part where I'm assembling it now, and you can use whatever dish that you want. It could be a longer dish, so you have less, you know, I don't know, less cheese. This one's pretty thick. I don't have a lot of like, I don't know, I didn't have like another container to put a dip in, but this is gonna work just fine because all the flavors are gonna be there. But I did take a little taste of that, and wow, that is delicious. But you wanna put it in like something decorative and pretty, you know, so. All right, so you're just going to lay that, spread it at the bottom. What's nice about that, it is a very spreadable cheese. And then you're just going to, you know, layer this on top. And it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. And I love that I got like the different colored tomatoes too. It just kind of made it look more fresh and pretty. All right, and now for the final, oh gosh, it's not opened yet, so hold on. I did that totally wrong, but that's okay. I could have made a really big mess, you know? Okay. I'm gonna shake it just in case. All right. And then you're just going to drizzle it across the top. And there you have it, your caprese. Well, here, from my heart to yours, the caprese dip. So let me take a couple pictures of it, and then I will show you what I'm gonna use to dip what I'm gonna use to dip. That's it. Okay, so I got my picture, and you could really dip anything that you wanted in here. You could do vegetables, like a cucumber might be great, celery. You could do the almond flour crackers, Simply Mills, I think it is. I'm gonna be using the Ella's Flats everything crackers that I've been kind of using lately. These are Superfood seed crackers. 3 of them are a serving, and they're good size. Like, you could cut them in half or break them in half, and you're still gonna have like a lot of double dipping. I'm the only one that's gonna be eating this, so I can double dip, but if not, you might wanna break them in half or something, but we're gonna try this. I am gonna break it in half anyways. And I'm going to dig into this and get a nice big bite of everything. The balsamic, the tomato, the cheese, the basil, the garlic. Oh my goodness, you ready? Let's taste this. Caprese dip. You guys, this is delicious. Again, like, you can double this up also if it doesn't seem like it's enough, but for me this is definitely good. But oh my goodness, this is delicious. I know my kids would love this too. I definitely need to make this for them. But this is the first recipe, the caprese dip on our Mediterranean keto diet recipes. So I will see you in the next video or the next clip for the next recipe. Hey everyone, welcome back. We are now going to make meal 2 from my Mediterranean keto diet video. And there's a total of 3, but today we're gonna make something from this cookbook here that I was talking about at the beginning of this video. And in true form, I'm a huge salmon lover, so it is a salmon meal. It is Superfood salmon salad bowl. So that's what it looks like. Doesn't that look delicious? I don't know. If you don't like salmon, obviously not, but salmon is a superfood. It really is. It is so good for you and so healthy for you and delicious. So let me tell you everything that is in it. I will actually bring it down to the counter. I have everything just kind of thrown around here, and I'm altering this recipe just a little bit, tiny bit. There's one thing I'm not putting in, but I'm gonna double up on something else. So here we are. So obviously we need salmon. This is gonna make 2 recipes. We're gonna cook the salmon in a pan. That's super easy with just some salt and pepper and some avocado oil. So there's that, right? For the dressing, this dressing is gonna be so delicious, but we need some capers, which that's a nice, very salty taste. You need some Dijon mustard, which I have a little bit here. We need some apple cider vinegar or fresh lemon. Might as well use this, it's in my fridge. Some more oil, which I have over there, coconut aminos, and salt and pepper to taste, okay? So that's the dressing. So we'll be making this in kind of 3 parts. Then for the salad, it's really, what I like about it is there's no lettuce. You need some cucumber, so we're gonna chop up some cucumber. We need some sugar snap peas, which I have here, and we're gonna kind of dice them or cut them into matchsticks, it says, to be completely transparent, right? And then we need a red bell pepper, but I still have some of these, so use what you have. So it says red, but red and orange will both work. Pitted Kalamata olives, which I have some of those. Some sun-dried tomatoes diced up or chopped up, and a medium avocado chopped and diced as well. It also asks for some fresh herbs. I don't have any, so I might use some, dried ones. A tablespoon of pumpkin seeds and a tablespoon of sunflower seeds. I found pumpkin seeds, but I could not find sunflower seeds by themselves, not flavored, whatever, raw. So we're just doubling up on these. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. So I'm pretty excited about this. Let's get started. So I'll make the dressing. I'll speed up making the dressing and the salad and salmon. Here's another thing. Salmon cooks so quickly also, like 4 to 5 minutes on each side, So, all right, let's get started. Okay, so I have the salmon cooking right now, and I thought I would show you Ralphie and have him do a little trick for you. So hold on. Ralphie, can you sit? Can you sit? No, you got to do the right thing. Are you hungry? Then sit, shake. Oh my goodness, what a good boy. What a good boy. All right, so I got to feed him now. I had one of you ask me how he's doing with the bowls, and we're loving it. He's kicked it because he was hungry, and he was trying to tell me he wanted to eat, but we don't hear it at all. So I'm gonna feed him now, and you guys aren't even gonna know because you're not even gonna be able to hear him. But good boy, let's feed you, okay? Okay, so as you can see, this is coming together very quickly. The salmon is pretty much done. I'm just gonna let it kind of cool off, and now we're just assembling the salad. So I'm gonna make it in a plate. This is what I'm eating from tonight, and then I'm gonna put, since it makes 2, I'm gonna put half of the veggies and stuff in here and half here, so then I will have it ready to go. So this is pretty easy. We're just cutting up all of the vegetables now and mixing them well in here. You can mix them together, or you can just make them look pretty and then mix them together. It's the world is your oyster. Isn't that what they say? So it says cucumbers first, which I already cleaned these before, so we're good there. A medium cucumber. So I'm gonna cut 2 of these up, 1 for each one. And I am someone that really likes to have my cucumber sliced very finely, as small as possible. I'm just kind of, I don't know, weird like that, maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna do the best I can with the smaller ones here, but it doesn't have to be super small. They have a little bit of a curve to them, so talk to me down below. Let me know what's going on in your lives. How are things going? How is your journey going? How is 2025 going for you? It's going pretty good for me. It's going pretty good. I have just been crazy busy. We have a lot going on. We moved this year into a new place. We have a grandbaby coming. We had our other kids living with us for a couple months, which, by the way, was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. They can come and live with me anytime they want. But it's just so nice that we have our kids so close now, and I'm so thankful for that. I didn't, realize how much I needed that. Now that they're here, it's like, oh my gosh, but we're all still just far enough apart that we're not up each other's, you know what I mean? And I mean that respectfully, but they're grown. They do want to have their own lives, and we're empty nesters, so we want to have our own, thing going on too. So everybody's happy is what I can say. So sugar snap peas next. How many of these? A cup. I don't know, we're just gonna put whatever, because honestly, I bought these so long ago, and I just have to make sure, like there's a couple bad pieces. I just have to make sure that I've got that they're so good. But it says to cut them into matchsticks. So what that means to me is cut them in half. I'm not going to overly, but all of these foods in here, let me give you a little bit of a thing. This is packed with omega-3 and boosts a pantheon of micronutrients, in particular vitamins A, B6, B12, C, E, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, folate, pantothenic acid, betaine, copper, and selenium. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, it says. It's got the capers, Kalamata olives, and wild sockeye salmon. I don't know what kind of salmon I got. I didn't pay attention to that. Those happen to be the richest, 3 of the most powerful antioxidants on the planet. So it's a real inflammatory powerhouse is what this said. And I think that's awesome. I mean, I know a lot of people don't do vegetables. They bother them. Thankfully, that stuff doesn't bother me. And I am a firm believer that vegetables are good for you, even if they have higher carbs. I don't care. I'm a firm believer in it, and I'm going to continue eating them. I don't think you have to get everything from meat. And hey, I'm proof. I'm 50, fit, and fierce. So as you can see, I'm just cutting them up, and they don't have to be cooked, but I like that there's no lettuce. Your typical salad has lettuce in it, and a lot of times too much lettuce, don't you think? But I'm digging this. I'm digging this. And I like that I'm already gonna have it ready for me tomorrow as well. All right, so we've got some of that. Red bell pepper. It says half of a small. So let's just do these red ones here. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other things to talk with you guys about. I don't want to make this video too long. That's why I like to speed them up a little bit too, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. But my mom always tells me that she likes to hear me talk and she wants to hear about things. So this is for you, Mom. This is for you. So I'm just taking a moment to get like the seeds and stuff out. Nothing major. So Ralphie is doing great too. Give you guys an update. He is thriving to He is super lean. He doesn't have any treats whatsoever except for green beans and his meal. And he's thriving. He has so much energy though. Whew, so much energy, which is fine. And I think he's doing so good considering what, he's gone through. I will say that sometimes though, this whole having to plan our entire life around him, and it's not a lie, it's very real. That can be frustrating because, oh my gosh, we got to get back in time to give him his medicine, or oh my gosh, we got to feed him and then give him his medicine. And, and we'll never be able to leave him again unless we put that on somebody else. And that's just crazy, So I'm really hoping and praying, if you guys want to pray for us too, that we can at least get it cut down to him. I'm going to cut this last red one up too. It's a very tiny one. Get him down to, they said that at some point, maybe he could go down to once a day for the insulin. That would be amazing. One time a day, and then we'll do it in the morning, and then we can kind of have our afternoons, evening, where we don't have to worry if something comes up, it's not his fault, but it's still just like, oh my gosh, our kids want to do something with us. Sorry, we really can't. We have to be back by this time, Okay, so the peppers, olives, and sun-dried tomatoes. How much? Half a cup, so a good amount. Is that a half a cup or a third? A third. See, I love olives, so you see how much of a mess I just made too, all of that. Okay, that should probably do it. I'm not going to measure, but we'll just cut these in half a little bit too. And that's really it. We are almost done, ready to plate this completely, mix it up, and drizzle that dressing on top. let me know what you think so far of the series that I'm doing. The next one, pretty excited about. It's actually kind of similar to the Mediterranean keto diet, but not quite. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, and hopefully I can get it out to you before 3 weeks. I do apologize on my delay for these. It's just got to do it when I can do it. So some olives, sun-dried tomatoes. We're gonna, it says 2 sun-dried tomatoes, but I'm just gonna cut up. Bum, 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 bum. That's it. We're just gonna chop these up. I love sun-dried tomatoes. I don't eat them nearly as much as I should, which is crazy because tomato is my favorite food. That and cheese, So Andy's not here right now, so it was like perfect timing. I'm like, oh, I can film this while you're gone because it's just easier, He doesn't have to change everything with his life while I'm doing this. Sun-dried tomatoes, avocado, and herbs. I don't have the herbs. I'm not even gonna bother with the herbs because I got the dressing in there too. So, just make do with what you got, right? So I'm gonna cut up half and put it in here. I'll put the other half in there tomorrow. But I love avocado. My son-in-law is allergic to avocado now. Isn't that crazy? And he's pretty bummed about it too. I found that out while they were staying with us. Yeah, something happened and he can't eat it anymore. It's so weird as your body changes and stuff. You can't have the same things that you used to. This is already looking amazing. Look at this beautiful colors. So next we're gonna add the salmon. We're gonna flake it up, and then it wants us to pan fry. I didn't realize that. Pan fry the pumpkin seeds to get them a little bit browned up. So we'll do that. Let me flake up the salmon, pan fry these. I don't want this to get too long. And then we'll put it together and do a taste test. Look at this. Look at that. That is just beautiful. This is the food that God gave us. You know what I mean? Like, I just love it. Now, I don't have any forks. Can any of you relate with me here that sometimes we just have to go from the dishwasher to get our fork? So the other thing I need is, so I have my other bowl here ready to go. I'm not gonna put the avocado in until tomorrow, and I'm gonna I saved a little bit. The second salmon fillet was a little bit bigger. And I'm not gonna put the dressing in until tomorrow either. But I'm gonna save a little bit for Andy because I just had a bite of it and it's like crispy on the edges. It's just amazing. Honestly, I don't even know. I've outdone myself. This recipe, I already know. It's gonna be, I had spoons. All right, so we're just gonna drizzle this on here, and there's just saltiness. Oh my gosh. Stop. I did take a photo already, but this is just beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. You could mess it up and make it look all messy like theirs is. But again, this came out of this cookbook here, Mediterranean Diet Cookbook. It is keto friendly. Thomas DeLauer is a co-host, a co-author on it. So let me get a bite of everything. I have to. It's gonna be hard because, oh my gosh. All right. Everything. And the salmon, I can eat that cold tomorrow too. It's gonna be nice and warm now on here, but oh my gosh, so let's go. Wow. You guys. I'm obsessed. And then you have the crunch of those papitas, which is pumpkin seeds. This might be one of my favorite things I've ever made. This is so good. Wow. Let me know what you think down below. If you love salmon, I really believe that you're gonna love this. I do have this linked in my Amazon storefront. As you guys know, we have a website. If you go to realmissionketo.com, it's got everything on there. At the top of the estimate, been working too much. At the top of it, it'll kind of break it down. Recipes, our affiliate partners, our merch shop, Amazon storefront, all of that stuff. So this is in there, but I will link it in the description box for you if you're interested. There's a lot of good recipes. There's some desserts in there too that I'm thinking about making. So man, I hope you like this video. So stay tuned for the next one. This is my recipe on this one. I've made it on this channel very many times. And I thought it would be perfect. These flavors definitely go with this. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back. So it is recipe number 3 for our Mediterranean keto series. And I feel like I have been saving the third one for my own recipe. Like I'll do 2 recipes that I'll share with you that I found. And then the third one will be something that I've just been making all this time and didn't realize that it could be linked in or lumped into whatever we're making. So it is my faux pasta salad. And I know I've made it so many times on this channel, but it is really worth repeating. I know a lot of you guys have made it. It is linked on my website, so I will have that down below for you, so you can just click on it, go to the recipes portion, and then all of our recipes that are on there are available. I need to add some more though, I really do. But the first thing I'm gonna do is go over the ingredients with you. It is the most simple thing. It's basically just chopping things up, mixing them together, and then putting a little bit of dressing. I originally had this recipe from my mom back in like 2020 when we were living in Georgia. We were like 2 hours from my parents, and we spent a lot of time going and hanging out with them. And that was a great couple of years that we lived there just for that, to be able to hang out with them again. But I swear, every time we would go over there, my mom was making something, as moms do. And this was one thing. Andy, of course, didn't try it because this is not his thing. It's vegetables, you know. But I had this and I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, this is so good. And then she told me how she made it. And I have kind of changed it up a little bit, not very much, but just tiny little things here and there. But that's what I love about this. It is very versatile. You can do so much with it. So I will go through the ingredients with you in just a minute. I have them sitting on the back counter, but that's just it. I will tell you the things that I think are necessary to feel like it's a pasta salad, and then you can just run with it and make it your own. But let's bring it to the counter and show you all the ingredients. Okay, so here is everything. The first thing that I will say, that the thing that makes it feel like a pasta salad and kind of taste not like real pasta is the hearts of palm. So, which makes sense. You know, I've been making this for 5 years now and it's so funny. I never realized that palmini is made from hearts of palm, like the fake pasta that we buy at the store sometimes and eat. So it would only make sense. I think that's a little tougher, the pasta. This is very soft. And when you buy them whole like this, slice them and they just they look like little ringlets. I mean, they're just delicious too. And they just kind of give you like that pasta feel. And then I like to get a can of artichokes. I like the smaller ones and I still chop them up. You have Kalamata olives. I picked the pitted. I'm just gonna slice some of these up. The sweet peppers, I just cut up a few. It's really just make however much you want. You know, if you put everything in here, it's a lot. You don't need that much. Maybe like 2 or 3 of these I'm gonna cut up. You need a block of feta cheese, and I'm just gonna crumble it in there. A little bit of diced red onion. I'm gonna probably cut up 1, maybe 2 of the smaller cucumbers. I'll just eyeball it, you know, and put what I want most in. I'll put maybe a little bit more of that. I've got some cherry tomatoes also, and that's like the base. This is what I've always put in it. There are a couple things I have added over the years. I do not have one thing with me today though. It's like the small baby pepperonis, a bag of those. That'll just give you an extra boost of protein, salty flavor. It's delicious. Or you could add chunks of salami or, you know, real pepperoni. That's up to you. Like an Italian pasta kind of thing. But we're going with the Mediterranean flavor today. And then something else that I add, which is not, I know it's not hugely keto, it's higher in carb, but I love beans. And these are chickpeas. I like to add a can of these. It just gives it another little vibe. So it is higher in carb, but this makes more than 3.5 servings for me. This is a lot of food, and I'll have this probably like every day for lunch this week. So that's everything there. And then what I do for the dressing is you need some oil of your choice. I have avocado oil, salt, pepper, and then some lime juice. You could use like an Italian dressing. You could use whatever you wanted, but this is just something that I choose to use. I usually have to add more as we're going. Like when you've made pasta salad in the past, you've always had to add more during the week if there's leftover, because it kind of soaks it all up and dries up. So that's the reason for that. So let's get started. I'm going to speed this part up because it's really just a lot of chopping and throwing everything together. We're going to put it in a big bowl and do a taste test. All right, so here's what it looks like before the dressing gets put in. And as you can see, like I didn't use all the onion I chopped. I didn't use a whole can of the garbanzo beans or chickpeas. I only cut a couple, one cucumber, because I cut them so small. I think I've talked about it before. Cucumber I'm weird with. The smaller the piece, the better. But yeah, everything looks good. So the only thing is the feta cheese can sometimes kind of get creamy and make it look a little more, as the days go on, slimy. And I know that sounds gross, but that's just the best way that I can think about it. But you could always add that as you're eating it too. But if you're gonna take this somewhere, like a recipe, you know, like a cookout or something like that, then just throw it all in there, I would. So we're gonna add a little bit of salt, which you really don't need much because there's a little bit of tang and flavor and everything. Pepper. All of this is to taste. I love freshly cracked ground black pepper. So for me, pretty good amount. And then I'm putting some avocado oil on. This will be part of my dressing. Again, I don't want to do too much because I'm probably going to add more later on down the road. And then some lime juice. And you could do other flavors too. You could put whatever you want in it. That's what's the beauty of a recipe. But I find that this works pretty well. And I have my garbage bowl over there, gathering all my garbage. That's my meal, one of my meal prep tips if you've seen one of my meal prep videos. And then you definitely want to taste it and be like, hey, is this enough of everything? Do I need a little bit more? And if you do, add it. So let me grab a fork. I'm gonna take, actually, we can do a taste test because I can do a picture. I'm not gonna eat like this big old portion of it. But the thing is to try to get a bite of everything. And that is hard to do because there's so many ingredients in it. But easy stuff. That's what I love about it. Let's see. I wanna get an olive too. I think I literally have everything in here. So cheers to my faux pasta salad, ending out Mediterranean keto week. Let's go. It's one of my favorite things. It really is. And I can put the fork back in here because I'm the only one eating this. It is so delicious. Wow. I think one day I want to try it with a dressing instead of the lemon or the lime and the oil. It is delicious like that, but just out of curiosity, I wanted to see, you know, what that would do. But I will literally grab like a small bowl of this and have it for my lunches during the week. So it could be a great meal prep, or it could be a very good side dish for you too if you're having like burgers or something like that. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed the second one in the series, Mediterranean Keto, the Mediterranean Keto diet, and these 3 options that I gave you. I will have all of the recipes listed down below if you want to check them out yourself. Let me know which one you're most excited about trying. Hopefully it's number 3. No, I'm just kidding. All of them are delicious. But thank you again for watching. We will see you on the next one. The next one's going to be a really good one too, so stay tuned. Bye.